guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matsapasioka and this is my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please remember to hit the like button, also subscribe and switch on your notifications bell so you can get notified each time I release a new video. So on today's video guys, I am doing a highly requested get to know me tag. So I think last week I put up a poll on my Instagram page asking you guys to pretty much ask me anything you'd like to know about me. So yes, a lot of you guys did kind of ask a few questions. I haven't really gone through the questions. All I did is just take a screenshot because I didn't want to prepare beforehand. So I'm going to be answering some of your questions. So in no particular order, I'm gonna just read the question and then answer it. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first question here is, okay, how do you juggle owning a business, school, and keeping in shape? Well, thank you for that question. Sure guys, I think the thing with me is that I'm somebody that I always believe that if I put my mind to something, I can definitely do it. So I've never put any sort of limitations on myself. If I believe that there's something that I love, that I really want to do, I'll find a way to make sure that I fit it into my schedule, you know. So yes, I do prioritize. I am somebody that works a lot with prioritizing, but I work with, you know what do I find most interesting? What do I love to do? What are the things that interest me? What can I add? Or if it's something that I believe I can add that will enhance me, I'm just like, okay, how can I fit it into my schedule? So somehow I just managed to do it. I think it's the passion that I would have for that specific thing. So with school, it's definitely something that I understand it's going to enhance me, and it is also a passion of mine because I do understand that it will add to my career and where I ultimately want to go. So I just make sure that I fit it in, you know. I do what I need to do with everything, and I also try not to overwhelm myself as well. So I try to break down or kind of divide my time between all of those tasks. So instead of trying to do 5 hours on one thing, I'll try and split those 5 hours into 1 hour every day for 5 days. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Then the next question, what pushed you to start giving? I mean, what got you to start TIR? For those who don't already know, TIR is a treasure no ruin. It's an NPO that I founded in 2018, September 2018. I think for me, my passion for people, honestly, I've always had a passion for people, and I've always believed that my true purpose in life is people. It's humanity, you know. So that is just something you can ask me in my sleep and I'll definitely say it's just my passion for people. I love making other people's lives better, you know. So that can definitely, just to answer that question, it's definitely people. Next question here is, why did you start a YouTube channel? So the reason I started a YouTube channel, I believe at the time when I decided to start my own YouTube channel, I was starting to really step into my purpose, and I was starting to get an idea of, or a sense of what my purpose could be. And I always knew that speaking to people, speaking life into people will definitely be something that people will always know me for. It's something I've always wanted to do. So I knew that YouTube would definitely be one of the best platforms for me to be able to do that. At first I just thought, you know what, let me just do it as a way to also practice speaking, you know, enhance my speaking skills, enhance being able to be comfortable in front of the camera, and also like reaching a higher amount or number of people with my story as well. I think, like I said, going back to the question about passion, people have always been my passion, and I knew that through YouTube, because it's such a huge platform and anybody in the world can have access to it, someone somewhere will definitely hear my story and will be impacted by it. So that can be that's my reason for starting a YouTube channel. Next question, what word would you use to describe yourself? Resilient. Resilient is definitely the word. Next question, what are the highlights and lowlights of being visible on social media? Sure, I think with this one, it is a bit of a tricky one. The highlights, obviously, like, it all goes back to the reason why you are on social media and why you share what you share. So with me, I really do try and share a lot of motivational stuff. Those are things that I believe that other people can get inspired by, and I love seeing people say, hey, you know what, because of you I decided to go run today, because I do share a lot of stuff on fitness. So when somebody says, hey, you inspired me to do ABCD, that for me, I feel is a highlight, because it says to me, you know what, I've used my platform for good. You know, I've inspired somebody to do something positive for themselves. I think the low lights of social media, of being visible on social media, is that obviously you do open up yourself to being scrutinized. You might have 99% of people really cheering you on, and congratulating you and pushing you in terms of the things that you're doing, but you will always have that 1% that's going to be negative. And because we're human, you know, sometimes it's so easy to focus on that 1% versus the 99% of people that are giving you a thumbs up. So I think the low light obviously is knowing that you know, you put yourself in a position to be scrutinized and criticized, sometimes not even in a positive way. So yeah, that can definitely be the low lights of being on social media. Okay, and then the next question, what has been your biggest highlight to date? Sure. What has been, I think, just stepping into my power. A few months ago, I remember I walked away from a situation where I knew that after leaving that, my life would never be the same again, and it hasn't been. I felt myself over the past 10 months just blossom into this person that I myself am so shocked by. You know, I'm confident, I've stepped into my power, you know, I feel myself walking in my purpose, being intentional. So I can definitely say that's something that has been my highlight, because I know it's not a tangible physical thing that I can point towards, but internally I am feeling amazing. You know, I haven't felt this good about myself, probably never, and that for me is a highlight, you know, just feeling so powerful and walking in my purpose. Can you dance? Wow. Okay, can I dance? Yes and no. So I can't dance those, you know, I'm a piano styles, guys, these new dance moves that are in, but I was, but I'm planning to go back to being a ballroom and Latin dancer. That's something I did in my earlier years. I think for about 5-6 years I did that. Yeah, from about 13 to like 17, 18, I was doing dance, ballroom and Latin dancing. I really enjoyed that, and I think that is the reason why I'm unable to properly do piano and all those dance moves, because ballroom and Latin dance is so technical. Like, you know, you have so many moves that you have to be so technical about. There's a certain way your body must be, your arms, your legs. So now with these other dance moves, yes, they're technical, but they require you to let loose, and I'm not very used to that. Then the next question, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in your life? What is the weirdest what is the weirdest thing I've seen in my life? Sure, okay, I'll have to come back to this question because I can't think of something at the top of my head. But anyway, what is your favorite subject in high school? I enjoyed business studies a lot. I enjoyed a lot of the theory subjects, like, because I felt like those are the subjects that you know, you have a lot of control over. You really just need to study, aka cram, and then go put it down on paper and you've got it sorted. So I'll definitely say business studies was one of the favorite subjects. Dramatic arts, also did dramatic arts, and yeah, I'll say those two, but the top would definitely have to be business studies. What is the name of your favorite restaurant and favorite food? I don't actually have a favorite restaurant, but I love sandwiches. I love sandwiches from Mug and Bean. A rye chicken and mayo sandwich. I really love that. Yeah, so I'll say, okay, let me just say the restaurants that I do like, but I can't say I have a favorite, is definitely Mug and Bean, Cafe 41. I love the red velvet cake slice from there, and cappuccinos, muumuus as well. They have some really nice bites. So yeah, those are the restaurants that I typically go to, but I can't say I have a favorite one. What is your favorite childhood memory? I can't think of one. I really can't. Oh no, it was when my mom and I used to go shopping a lot. Like my mom and I would really do the most with shopping. So I'll definitely have to say that was like favorite moments for me, like waiting for her to come back home from work on Saturday and then just going to the mall and going for shopping. Okay, then we have, what's your biggest fear? Guys, you can't laugh at me with this one. Like I'm not really afraid of your typical stuff, your animals, your heights, or whatever. I'm afraid of prison, guys. Like, this is a very irrational fear, but well, it's rational, but I'm afraid of anything that has to do with prison. Like, it's a genuine phobia. Like, I remember in primary school when they'd like take us for trips and whatever, and they'd say we have to go on a prison tour and whatever. I was like, nope, you can miss me with that. I'm not doing that. Even with my team in TRR, I think in the first year, the team wanted us to go do some outreach in prison, which I really don't mind. I was just like, okay, you guys, I'll facilitate, I'll put everything together, but I'm not coming with you guys, so you can definitely miss me on that. So yeah, prison is definitely a phobia of mine. Don't ask why, I also don't know, but yeah, that's it. Then the next question is, what's your view on sex before marriage? Really? What is my view, guys? Personally, I feel, okay, I'm not gonna make this a personal thing, but these are my thoughts. I just feel that the reason why we are told not to have sex before marriage is because it protects us against or from certain things. I think sometimes sex tends to cloud your judgment on certain things. So you might find that you are in a relationship where you are maybe not getting what you deserve, you're not being treated right, but because sex is involved, it might be harder to walk away from that relationship as opposed to somebody who has not engaged in sex in that particular relationship. So favorite song, I have way too many favorite songs, but I will definitely say that I'm an R&B soul person. So I love your Babyface, your Tevin Campbell's, your Tony Braxton's. Like those are my favorite artists and their songs. And my biggest fear, I've answered that. How do you keep the motivation for gym? I love this question. Thank you so much for asking this question. I keep motivation for gym because I was actually telling my mom the other day that gym is my therapy, guys. Like, it literally is my therapy. Once I've had a gym session, once I've worked out or went for a run, like, I feel so energized afterwards. I feel good. It is way harder for things to penetrate me during the day, like things to upset me and things to make me angry, like, or things that make me angry and whatever. Like, it is very it's much harder than on days when I don't work out. So for me, it really is something that keeps me afloat. It's something that keeps me level-headed, and it makes me physically, mentally, not just physically strong and fit, but mentally too. Like, if I'm able to achieve a certain milestone while working out or running, then I know that in other departments and areas of my life, I'll be able to do pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I'll definitely say that is that's my reason for keeping fit or for gym. So the next question is, what would you say is your dream job if you aspire to have one? Sure, I can't really say I have like a dream, like a job, because I'm such a multifaceted person. Like, there's so many things that I'm into, that I'm interested in. So I'll definitely say, like, being a big time entrepreneur, like being able to do all my passions, some that help me produce money and others in philanthropy as well. I desire to be like a speaker. Like, I look up to people like Vusi Tembegwayo. Like, I desire to really be a very good speaker with a great keynote. I desire to have my own psychology practice. I desire to travel the world, speak at summits. Like, guys, I am dreaming big. So yeah, that's something I definitely believe that one day if I was like operating at that level, I'll definitely feel fulfilled in my career. That is. Next question: what is people's biggest misconception about you? I haven't really done an assumptions tag. I think it would have worked really nicely if I had done an assumptions tag so I can know, but I don't really know. Like, oh, I think people think that I have it all together all the time, because it seems like I'm always just so like posting my running, posting my workouts, posting doing this and doing that. I think people then tend to think that I've got it all together all the time, and I really don't. I do have my moments where I break and I cry and I cry and I cry, or some days where I'm just like, I really don't want to do this. So I do have so people do think that I've always have it together, whereas I don't. You strike me as someone who's motivated. How do you keep that going? Also, I'm fighting, like my fighting spirit. I've got such a strong fighting spirit. I think I haven't had things easy, and I've had a lot of things that I've always wanted. I felt lost, you know, I felt I lost those things, and that just made me have such a fighting spirit in life. Like, I wake up every day just ready to fight. All my life I had to fight. So yeah, man, I think I've just developed that spirit, that fighting spirit, and I know that if I don't have that, then things might break apart, which maybe is not true, but yeah, I fight. I am prepared to fight. Okay, next question. Can you cook? What? Bye Felicia. Yes, guys, but like of course I'm the girl of the pots, with the pots within the pots. I definitely can cook. Next question: do you desire marriage and having kids? Sure, guys. Yes. The simple answer to that question, it's yes. I think I've just had to find a balance of not desiring it so much to a point where I idolize it, because there was a time in my life where I really did idolize it. So I do desire it, but I'm just like, you know what, God, if it's something that you have for me, you've planned for me, it'll happen. I'm not about to go chase it. If it finds me, it'll find me moving and working and doing the most. But yes, I do want to be a wife and a mother one day. What's your take on makeup? You rarely wear it. Okay, so with me, when it comes to makeup, the reason why I rarely wear makeup is obviously because of time. I never really get time to do it, like in the mornings and stuff, because I work out in the morning. And by the time I get home and I have to prepare for work, there's little to no time left. And then also I just used to feel like it's very heavy, but I want to actually really get into like makeup, like really being serious about makeup and getting the right products. It's especially like for YouTube, at least let me, like, you know, have some sort of face beat when I do my videos. So yeah, I'm definitely working on that. Next question: what was your worst breakup? I think I have a video on this. I'll always forever refer back to that video. Oh child, it was when I had literally that scene from Diary of a Mad Black Woman play out in my life. Okay, maybe I'm just exaggerating, but my worst breakup was when an ex-love of my life told me that, girl, I'm not doing this no more. I am leaving you. The emotional support is too much. I can't do this anymore. Goodbye. So, and I begged. Oh my gosh, I'll never forgive myself for that. So that was my worst breakup, guys. Next question: what is your favorite scripture? Oh, I really love this question. Thank you so much. My favorite scripture right now would have to be Isaiah 55 verse 5, which says, actually I don't know it, no, I know it word for word, but I really would want to read it properly because I don't want to miss the words. It says, surely you will summon nations you know not, and nations you do not know will come running to you, because I, the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, has endowed you with splendor. So I love that verse so much. That is my current favorite verse or scripture. And then the next question is, any favorite girls getaway trip? What would the location be? I think I really want to go to Cape Town with my girls. No, I've actually gotten to Cape Town with some girls. Maybe, yeah, and locally it would definitely have to be like a coastal area, so Durban or Cape Town, or even if it's a non-coastal location, but wherever we are, if it has like a pool so we can have our bikinis on, that would be definitely amazing. Next question is, let's see, how do you feel about grooves, and do you drink? Okay, I don't drink. No, I don't drink. I drink water, I drink apple cider, I drink lemonade. That is my favorite. But I don't take any alcohol. Grooves, I think for me, like, I remember in my first day in UCT, I was just so like, oh my gosh, no, I'm not doing any of that. But then when I went to UP, like, I'd go out with a few of the people that I made, so we would go out. It was fun times, definitely. But now it's not really something that I am very like excited about. Okay guys, there we have it. Thank you so much for watching. I really did actually enjoy that. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did, also because the questions were, I didn't have to prepare for them, so it really was at the top of my head. So I really do hope that you do know a bit more of me. If you do have more questions you'd like to ask, especially for my YouTube family, please do put it in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to do another Q&A session, maybe while doing makeup or something like that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please remember again to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.